Hello, and welcome to week 2 of OLC Foundations. It's been really neat this week to see the communities forming in the discussion forum. And now that you've all introduced yourselves and gotten to know each other a little bit, I'll tell you a little bit more about me. My name is Jessica Knott, and I am the Learning Design Manager for Michigan State University. I have 2 rescued dogs and a partner, and we live in Lansing, Michigan. It was really neat to see how many of you shared pictures of your dogs and your families, your grandchildren, your musical pursuits, things like that. And it was even neater to see how many of you resonated with the things that others were sharing. So we're starting to see, whether you call it community of inquiry or bounded community, we're starting to see some of those form in this course. Also, Ave Maria, VSU, and Butler, you all have people here in the cohort with you, so that you may even have the opportunity to have both face-to-face and online experiences as you move through this course. So keep me posted on how that goes for you, and let me know, what evolves there. So we are getting ready to start week 2. I'm going to transition into a few slides. As always, if you have any questions, you can email me or grab me in the help forum. If you don't get a response, I've had a couple of times where either my discussion forum wasn't refreshing or I didn't receive an email. If you don't feel like you've gotten a response in 24 hours, please let me know right away so that I can go look for that and figure out why we're not getting connected in the ways that we should be. So on to the Facilitator's Corner for week 2, and I look forward to our work. Okay, let's take a quick look back at week 1. Our discussion forum and the conversations happening there really evolved as the week progressed. You started sharing personal stories, asking questions, and providing tips to your colleagues. As our comfort level with each other grows, I anticipate these conversations will grow to be even more interesting. There were also some great questions about the community of inquiry and bounded inquiry models, many of which were answered colleague to colleague, proving there's really something to these frameworks. Reread the posts and look for places you can see the models in action. That'll help you prepare for week 2. As for goals, we all had different ones, which is to be expected. And from improving our technical skills to learning new student engagement techniques, gaining more footing in the online teaching world, we have a lot to learn and a lot to share as a group. We only barely began this week to look at the community of inquiry and bounded models. One point of clarification I wanted to make is that the community of inquiry isn't about just picking one of those circles and figuring out which one will work best for your course. It's more about building a course experience that encompasses teaching presence, social presence, and cognitive presence together as a means of building community in which your students can find success in their inquiry, resources, direction, etc. I saw a little bit of confusion. It did seem to work out, but I wanted to make sure I clarified that for you. As we move forward into week 2, think about those pieces and what they might mean to the conversations we'll have and the course improvements we'll be thinking about this week. Moving on, speaking of week 2, let's take a little look at what's to come in the next few days. At the main level of week 2, you'll find your checklist for success, which lays out what to expect and when everything is due. Personally, as I'm facilitating and as a student, I like to print this out and keep it handy. It really does make a helpful reference and checklist just to have nearby. This week, we'll be looking at quality scorecards, and in my role as an instructional design manager, these are like my second language. They're so useful for ensuring that the work that comes out of my team is high quality and designed with students in mind. And at the programmatic level, they give me leverage when I have to have difficult conversations with people on campus. So this week, we'll be looking at several quality metrics. And we'll start to think about how we might apply those to make improvements to our own courses, or even use them to rethink our courses entirely. The week 2 discussion will ask you to do a good amount of work, so pay close attention to the questions that are posted and when they're due. For this one, I really encourage you to copy the questions directly into a document, whether it's Word or Google, and answer them there, and then copy them back into the discussion forum. The initial post is likely to be pretty long this week, as it asks you to use one of the quality metrics from your readings and apply it to your course. So please make sure that you've included everything the discussion prompt asks for, and remember that your initial post is due Saturday evening. Just for the ease, let's say Sunday morning. will say, I will get up Sunday morning and start reading through and grading those posts. So it's important to get your posts done on time, just because so much of the thinking we do in this course takes place together, and it's important to get your postings done and in there so other people can think about them and process them and respond to them. And that's it for what I wanted to cover for week 2. I'm currently right now spending a couple of hours a day in the discussion forums. Even if you don't see me responding, sometimes it's just because the conversations are going so well that I don't want to get in the way and interrupt them or change their direction. So trust that I'm reading, and if you need me, you can find me in the help forum, the water cooler forum, or by emailing jlknott@gmail.com. I'll see you this week.